So this video popped up. Gary shared this. Nerdrotic shared this, and we'll just check out the scene real quick. We'll check out the scene because it's important.
Listen, that wasn't tactical. I lost it.
It's okay. It happens. You know, sometimes the rage builds up and you just gotta let it out.
So the scene, it goes on to like basically say Loki is making a joke here about how sometimes you just fly off the handle and you do stupid stuff. And he goes on to chronicle the events of the invasion in New York with Tony and the Avengers and all that. And there's a lot of controversy going on around about how this is the state of Marvel right now. This is the state. It's awful. My argument is that this has little to do with Marvel, but more of Hollywood's portrayal or need to portray villains as sympathetic, like anti-heroes, which I don't necessarily mind finding the human aspect in villains, but part of what makes them villains is the fact that they are severely lacking a human element. And you know, Loki was a great villain through many films, and they kept his villainy going. Even when you thought that he was learning from his ways and doing things that he should have, helping his brother, he always had some ulterior motive, which made him a villain. But this show, along with many other shows, does this thing where it wants to humanize the villain experience. But that's not what made great movies great before. There's a great quote about how villains have the exact same backstory or a very similar backstory to the hero, but they've both diverted in where they became like they both are taking two separate paths. And that's what I'm seeing right now. It's not that this is bad writing. This scene is actually kind of cool. And we've had scenes like this before in Marvel movies, like the shawarma scene, and people say, "Oh, that's not the same." But it's kind of a silly, like, "Oh my God, there's like serious stuff happening. There's dead aliens everywhere. I'm just hungry." It's very similar to this scene. Again, don't hate this scene, but what I hate is the dilution of what a villain actually is. I'm just kind of sick of it, and it speaks to a larger problem in culture. Is that or you could extrapolate that into society, into cultural themes. Why are we trying to make villains sympathetic? Well, we have lots of things in culture right now that are trying to be normalized, lots surrounding children, so to speak. And what should we be teaching kids? Like, what should we be accepting of? And this might have larger implications. We're seeing it in Hollywood. Is this a message that they're also like through this media? Are they trying to say to people, hey, you should be more accepting of people who are bad? It does present a larger problem that I think we should think about.